Sectional number 20 at Twin Lakes. First game on Tuesday night features Western and Frankfort. Number 3, Twin Lakes will play West Lafayette in the second game on Tuesday. Twin Lakes beat West Lafayette twice, 50-29 on November the 13th, 67-42 on December the 4th. And game number 2 Friday night at sectional number 20, Benton Central taking on number 5, Northwestern. Sectional 21 at Northwood, 7 teams involved in this. Northwood, the host school, will take on number 1, Wawasee, 2007 runner-up. The second game of sectional 21 features Tippecanoe Valley and Whitco. Game number 3 of the sectional will be Columbia City and West Noble. Lakeland will play the first game Friday night against the winner of the Northwood-Wawasee matchup. Sectional number 22 at Mechaniqual. Tuesday night, game 1, Fort Wayne and Peru, followed by Mechaniqual and number 2, Fort Wayne Elmhurst. Those two teams, the two winners, will play game 1 on Friday, followed by Belmont and number 11, Norwell. Sectional 23 at Leo, 7 teams. Heritage and Leo, game number 1. Game number 2 features Angola and Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger. New Haven will play Fort Wayne Concordia Lutheran in game number 3. Fort Wayne Harding will play the first game of Friday night. They take on the winner of the Heritage and Leo matchup. And sectional number 24 is at Eastbrook, game 1 Tuesday night. Muncie Southside against the host Eastbrook. Game number 2, Delta and Yorktown. Game number 2 on Friday night features Blackford and Mississinewa. Pat McKee, 3A North, and frankly, I mean, the one to me that just immediately jumps out at me, and I know these aren't necessarily 2 ranked teams, but at Northwood, Wawasee and Northwood. There's a couple of real storied programs in 3A girls basketball in the northern part of the state.
Well, absolutely. Northwood is a defending, not a defending champion, but a former champion several years ago. Coach Steve Neff has had a terrific run over the years. Wawasee has been to the finals a couple of times, including last year. I'd probably give the edge this year because of that last year's experience to Northwood or to Wawasee.
Well, I think that's a great point, and also you think about it. These are 2 teams that have a lot of experience. A lot of teams wish that they had some of the success that those 2 particular schools have. Twin Lakes in sectional number 20. They'll be taking on West Lafayette. We know how it is to play a team 3 times. There's that drama coming up on Tuesday night in sectional number 20.
Well, that one is particularly interesting, I think, with Twin Lakes and Northwestern as well. Those 2 teams are both in the top 5 in the polls. Northwestern's an undefeated team, but Twin Lakes is rated higher than they are. That could be a real interesting matchup if they go again. And
sectional number 22, a couple of ranked teams. Fort Wayne Elmhurst takes on Mechaniqual in game number 2. They're ranked Elmhurst is ranked number 2. And bracketed opposite Norwell. Norwell taking on Belmont on Friday night. Norwell number 11. If they would meet, it would be in the championship game.
Well, I know that all 3 of those teams have some players that are highly regarded. I know Norwell has 1 or 2 players being recruited at a fairly high level. Fort Wayne Elmhurst 18-2. Lucretia Smith and Liza Clemens have done a good job for them.
Pat McKee and I will come back and give you the 3A South pairings. We are looking for some great matchups coming up there. And you're listening to the Indiana High School Girls Basketball Tournament Pairing Show on the IHSAA Methodist Sports Medicine Championship Radio Network, brought to you in part by Methodist Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the IHSAA. Welcome back, everyone, to the 2008 IHSAA Girls Basketball Tournament Pairing Show. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the IHSAA Championship Radio Network. Welcome back, everyone. Bob Lovell, Pat McKee, live and on IHSAsports.org. Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and also thanks to our great affiliates on the IHSAA Methodist Sports Medicine Championship Radio Network. Let's go to the pairings for the 3A South. Sectional 25 at Lebanon. North Montgomery takes on the host Lebanon in game number 1 on Tuesday night, followed by Southmont and number 4 Crawfordsville. Crawfordsville beat Southmont twice, 60-40 on November the 16th, 57-45 on January the 19th. Then on Friday night, game number 2, Western Boone will play Danville. Sectional 26 at Beech Grove. Game number 1, Tuesday, Indianapolis Howe Academy plays number 12, Indianapolis Northwest. Game number 2 of Tuesday night, Bishop Chittard, ranked number 6, taking on 2007 champion Brebeuf Jesuit. Chittard beat Brebeuf Jesuit 76-64 on January the 25th. And then on Friday night, game number 2, Beech Grove will play Roncalli. Sectional 27 at Mount Vernon of Fortville. On Tuesday night, game 1, Rushville plays Shelbyville. Game 1 on Friday night features Hamilton Heights and New Palestine. Fortville will play the second game, taking on the winner of the Rushville-Shelbyville matchup. Sectional 28 at South Dearborn. Madison is taking on Scottsburg in game number 1, followed by the South Dearborn-Franklin County matchup. Those winners will play game 1 on Friday, followed by Batesville and Greensburg, the second game, Friday night at sectional number 28. Sectional 29 at Brown County. Game number 1 is Greencastle taking on South Vermilion. The second game at sectional 29 features Edgewood and West Vigo. Game number 3, number 7 Owen Valley plays Sullivan. OV beats Sullivan in regular season finale. They host Sullivan in the regular season finale coming up on the 1st of February. Sectional number 30 at Mitchell. Game number 1 features Silver Creek and Charlestown. Game number 2, North Harrison will play Salem. And game number 3, Corridon Central matched up with Crawford County. Game number 1 on Friday nights at Mitchell. The host school Mitchell taking on the winner of the Silver Creek Charlestown matchup played on Tuesday night. Sectional number 31 at Heritage Hill. 6 teams play in this one. Game 1 on Tuesday. Pike Central taking on the host Heritage Hills, followed by Washington and Vincennes Lincoln. Lincoln ranked number 10. They beat Washington 67-53 on November the 27th. The second game on Friday night after the winners have played will feature Jasper and Southridge. And in sectional number 32 at Gibson Southern, game number 1 Tuesday night features Boonville and number 12 Gibson Southern. Mount Vernon will play number 8 Evansville Memorial. Those winners will play Friday night, game number 1, followed by Princeton and Evansville Bosse. Pat McKee, what games jump out at you in the southern portion of the state in 3A girls basketball?
Well, you can start right there in sectional 25 with Crawfordsville probably as the favorite, but Lebanon's had a strong team for several years. A big scorer in Maggie Boyer, who committed to Miami of Ohio just the end of last week. North Montgomery was a sectional winner last year in 2A, but has moved up, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. And Western Boone is also a team that's had just a terrific year.
Well, they really have had a great year, and you talk about a balanced sectional. Sectional 26, Northwest playing well, Chittard playing well. Both teams ranked in the top 15. The Chittard-Brebeuf Jesuit matchup, Brebeuf Jesuit is the defending champ.
Well, I'm sure they'll be psyched to play that game. They gave Chittard a reasonable game. You mentioned the score earlier. Northwest has played terrific this year. I think they've won 7 or 8 games in a row now. Roncalli may be in a position there to surprise somebody with the bracket the way it showed up.
Sectional 32, a couple of ranked teams in this one, both bracketed in the same bracket, if you will. Boonville taking on number 12 Gibson Southern. Mount Vernon plays number 8 Evansville Memorial, and if Gibson Southern and Memorial would win, they'd find themselves playing each other Friday night in the semifinals. Yeah, those are two strong teams, traditional programs. Evansville Memorial's been deep in the tournament before. Gibson Southern also deep in the tournament before. I think Evansville Bosse is a team to watch, and special mention for Princeton having its best season in many years after struggling for a few.